begin, I got a story to tell you. It's a story that dates back 22 years. Today actually is a dual like... That's dumb. That's very, very dumb. Ignore that. That's stupid. 22 years ago, I got married. I met my future wife on America Online 22 years ago as well. Unfortunately, and this story has a tragic turn. Well, someone dies, but that's later on in the story. I have two stories I have to tell you, but I don't want them to both intercross in this story, because one is sort of a tragic story with a happy twist. The other one's a very tragic story with a very sad twist. I'll get into that, or maybe later on next week we'll come back to this date and we'll talk about everything else, the other story. But right now I want to tell you the happy story, because right now I'm fighting off my cat. Chester, come here. Say hi to the people. Come on. Come on. This is Chester, everybody. Remember him? Or maybe you don't. I don't know. I don't know if he was in the other videos I used to make, but anyway, behave. Talk to the people. So anyway, let me start from the beginning. In the first story, 22 years ago, I met my future wife on America Online. And for those of you who don't know what America Online is, it's actually the precursor to Facebook and all those fun things, Instagram, Snapchat, and all that. This is also back in the day when America Online charged you by the hour. So depending on how long you were on, if you were on for an hour, you get charged like a $20, like, look it up. You just look it up. Okay, I'm gonna give you the super abridged version, and then we'll get to we'll move it along. So I met my wife on America Online. We were online for 3 hours. I begged her for her phone number for 3 hours, got her phone number, and we were on the phone for another 3 hours, so that's 6 hours there. The very next day, saw my granny for the last time. She passed away from lung cancer 4 days later. Met the future wife on April 6th. Oh, I forgot to tell you that part, didn't I? April 6th, met the wife, future wife. 4 days later, my granny passes away. For that next month, we talked a lot. You know, we were on the phone constantly. You should have seen my phone bill. Oh, it was horrible. I don't remember if I even paid that off. Anyway, after a bit of courtship, several weeks in a row, you know, 3 weeks later, she managed to talk me into moving in with her in California. I was living in Georgia at the time, and but she managed to coerce me with no trouble whatsoever. Moved to California. I was there for 3 months. Well, 3 months altogether. I was there for actually 2 months. By the end of June, I was already ready to get married. Funny story is, she was working in this caregiver's home. A lady needed help, an older woman needed some help, and we were both asleep on the couch, I think. So she was on the couch, I was in the recliner that they had. She got in trouble. We got married anyway. So, yeah. Now we're up to speed. Now we can get to the fun stuff. So over that time that we spent together, we were learning each other and learning how things worked and go, and you know, I wasn't really used to having long relationships, but this is like the longest relationship I'd had with a woman in a long time. Not my problem, not my fault. Maybe I just was shy, introverted, whatever you want to call it. But the good news is I proposed to her in the rain, in our car, in a parking lot of an IHOP. You remember that, honey? Are you watching? Are you paying attention? Yeah, I don't know if she remembers that or not. I think I might have even given her a Cracker Jack ring. You know, a little engagement ring, little Cracker Jack kind of a thing. So anyway, yeah, I proposed, made a decision to get married, and not long after that, we got married. Now, here's the deal. Thing was, July 4th was fantastic. The fireworks in the sky were wonderful, and the fireworks everywhere else were really good too, you know what I'm saying? So, but I think July 5th was cursed. I'm not sure why or what it was that caused it to be cursed. It was just cursed. We packed everything up, took our trip. We went to Reno to get married, so I guess you could say we eloped, because we didn't really tell anybody where we were going or what we were going to do. We just decided to get married. We stopped at a national park, which actually was the base of Mount Shasta, Mount Lassen. That whole area in California. If you guys know Northern California, Redding, that whole area there. There's a dormant volcano or two there. And from our apartment building, you could actually see out one window, you could see Shasta, and you could see Lassen out the other. It was awesome. At a national park, which actually was the base of Mount Shasta, Mount Lassen. That whole area in California. If you guys know Northern California, Redding, that whole area there. There's a dormant volcano or two there. And from our apartment building, you could actually see out one window, you could see Shasta, and you could see Lassen out the other. It was awesome. We stopped there, took a few pictures. As we're standing there talking, a butterfly landed on my finger. I thought, oh, this has got to be a perfect sign. Things are going to be great. This is going to work out perfectly. I wish that was good news, but not exactly really. Got back in the car, drove to Reno, parked the car, went into the hotel that we were going to stay in because we had this coupon. We're going to try to use that coupon and, you know, haggle the price down. And I'm not going to talk about nationality because you could be German or, you know, Arabian or whatever. You could be American and still be able to haggle prices and stuff. But anyway, wife was able to haggle the price down pretty decently, or to a decent amount. I don't remember what the price was. I still have the receipt up in the photo album that we have. Got the price haggled down, hopped in the car, decided we wanted to go check things out. There was a Planet Hollywood in Reno. I don't know if it's still there or not. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But we decided to go try to find a parking space. Now remember, this is the weekend of the 4th. You know, it was the 4th was on a Wednesday. No. 4th was on a Thursday. 5th was on a Friday. 6th was on a Saturday. We hopped in the car, drove around trying to find a parking space. Couldn't find one. I remember we got into a bit of a brief argument, lover's spat, whatever you want to call it. And I remember flipping switches and things and turning signals and whatever, trying to get turned. And she's like, let's just get back to the hotel. Fine, no problem. Got back to the hotel. She got her purse, like a small little-ish purse. We walked from the car on our way. Now remember, this was the very last time she would hang on my every word. Women are supposed to do that, by the way. That probably sounds like real sexist. I don't mean for it to sound sexist, but anyway. Yeah, we're crossing streets and having a great time and talking and paying attention to what we're saying, and everything's fun, and wonderful. And then she sticks her foot in a pothole. Not sticking as in, oh, look, there's a pothole. I think I'm going to stick my foot in it. Well, no. She steps in it because she didn't see it coming. I didn't see it coming either. But she sticks her foot in the pothole, twists her ankle. She's hobbling across the street. She gets to the other side of the road, and she's, you know, I think it was a bank. And she's propping herself against it, and I could see Planet Hollywood in the distance. It wasn't very far away. And I said, come on, you wussy, let's go. What does she do? She looks at me like... Anyway, something like that. Probably not. More like, you know, who the heck are you, and why are you with me? She looked at me like I was the devil, and I said, oh, you weren't joking, were you? You were serious. Your ankle really is hurt, isn't it? And I couldn't believe it, you know, but I was like, I thought she was just joking around. All my friends used to do that. They just joke around. Hey, look, I hurt my foot. Oh, golly gee, oh, look, I'm not really hurt. Anyway, so we hobbled on. I said, you want to go back to the hotel? She says, no, don't worry about it. So we hobbled our way from that place on down the street, and we got into Planet Hollywood. Another 45 minutes to an hour wait just to get inside. I mean, we were inside, but that's how long it would take to get a seat. But I thought it was so cool because I'm a big movie fan, and there was some Friday the 13th stuff on the wall. There was a letter from Bruce Lee, or about Bruce Lee, signed by Bruce Lee. It was really cool. And then there was like a miniature set, I think, from Army of Darkness, you know, Evil Dead 3. I think there was some Darkman stuff in there. I mean, I'm a big Sam Raimi fan, as many of you may know. Or even if you don't, hey, surprise, love Sam Raimi. Hi, Sam. We sat down, and I remember her ankle was just killing her. It was in so much pain. And I remember she was, you know, the waiters that were working there had long blonde hair, and young, attractive guys, you know. She kept staring at them, just watching them go by. Hey, how's it going? I didn't really care because I guess because the relationship was so young, I guess maybe things just didn't cross my mind like that. I didn't really care, didn't really know. We went from there to gamble because that's what we wanted to do. So we went to some casinos and just hung out for a while. I think we made $14 in that entire weekend that we were there. It was only a couple of days, but $14, hey, not bad for a day's work. Got back to the hotel. We both laid in bed watching some Jenny McCarthy. This is 1996, remember? July. We are watching this game show that Jenny McCarthy's hosting. It was a game. Did I say that already? It's a game show. Yeah, I already said that. A dating game show. That's what it was. I forget what it was called. But anyway, I'm massaging the fiance's ankle and, you know, trying to make the best of the situation. And eventually we thought, we're both tired. It's been a long day. Let's get some rest. Here's where the story gets really good. All of a sudden we hear this. Oonts, 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 oonts.
You want to catch a movie?
What did I tell you last week? No slow motion t-shirt reveal. God, man. Stop that.